Hello everybody and welcome to this video. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to do a little bit of architectural modeling and we'll rebuild this project. What you see here right now is the extraction of a Google map. This is like three-dimensional including textures. This is scaled to the actual dimension. And we can use this as a three-dimensional reference to model over. But as we can see, the geometry is kind of, well, let's say blocky, but that's not a problem because we also have plan, section, elevation views all scaled correctly and positioned to assist us kind of like in how we have to read the space and rebuild it. This is all based on this educational center in Spain. So wonderful project, nicely, nice combination of cubes and spaces, nicely nested, clean lines, etc. And then the way also how they use color and lighting inside the space is really good. And once this model is finished, then we can use the geometry and do our own exploration of how we could develop a lighting plan and render or illustrate it out. Okay, with all that said, let's get going. Okay, so how do we get started? First, this file is actually shared. The download link is inside the video description. So please go ahead, download it. It's all set up already. The unit system is symmetric, the scale and all the images are scaled correctly. And before I start modeling, I might want to study this design a little bit. So I see the street has a slope. Okay, good. So that's a terrain. And the main object, if I rotate around, so I can see cubical extrusions on top. And then also the base is kind of like a cubical body. So this all is based kind of like out of cubes. And then at the end, this is our end goal, we would like to hollow this out, but do this actually rather fast. Okay, so let's see. I will turn actually maybe the Google Maps off first, and then I will Shift S, cursor to the world origin is right there, add mesh plane. Very good. And I can move this plane kind of like plus minus to here. We're not working really with construction dimensions. We use these plans or this plan view as a reference how to roughly block the space out. Then let's go into edit mode. Edge select, might I want to go to wireframe. I move this one to here. That's one roof line. Select this and bring this over to here. Okay, good. Yeah. So there, because you can see here then this is another rectangular space. Now I press E and X for extruding along X, and then I can select this and press E and Y to extrude along Y. Okay, so there's this outline. I can, if I want to, go to maybe a side view now, and then I will drag this maybe down to here. The reason why I do this, at one point this will have somewhere also a foundation. You see here the street is at an angle, and obviously the walls are, the foundation is not at an angle. So maybe to here. So, and then in the side view, we're still in edit mode. E, this then extrude this one up, and I go till here. And then I can select face select. Maybe sometimes you want to also switch between the different views or turn, for example, these views off. And then E, and then you see this goes up one more step, maybe to there. Okay, yeah. Maybe a little verification. How does this model look on our Google Maps? Yeah, there is something. Okay. Then we have also these extrusions here, there, so going a step down, but this is all detailing we will do maybe later. So here we have another piece that comes up. Okay, so that's maybe easy to do. How do we do this? Let's go to wireframe mode, top view, and then here we see there has to be an edge on this top face, this one. To do this cut, we can use the knife tool. So I press K for the knife, and then you see there's a green dot. I can click on this edge. And knife is a common term for polygon modeling when you want to slice a face. So click, and then when I press the Y key for the Y axis, you see I can guide this to this other side. Click and press enter. So now I have a new face. Beautiful. This line I can select. And then if I go into the top view and show my architectural plan view, there. We also have a cut here. So we can do exactly the same one more time. So K here, and then Y, go to there. Careful with the edge, only on the top face. And again, sometimes switching to the shaded or solid mode helps. K, click this one, and now I press the X key and click this edge and enter. Now this has to go down. Okay, so I can press K, click, and the Z key, and you see how this goes down, and enter. K, here, Z key, click down, and enter. Very nice. This point, or edge, I can select and delete. Now we can see, we don't really have this edge actually down there. That's not a big problem. I will show you how we can build this actually in. But first, let's go to a top view, and then we will go to shaded mode. Then I will select this edge, bring this over. Very good. Then I select these two lines, bring this over. Okay, so this is now nice and correct. You can see because in my case I moved this edge, this is not updated. So I am in point select, snapping. I can move this along the x-axis, hold Control, snap. Perfect. Okay, now here comes the next fun part. I select this edge. Now I press E and Y. So you see how the direction it goes. Hold Control and snap to this point. Click, and then U and U, and F to fill, U and U for F to fill. Okay, so then this edge, I will turn this off right now. I select and say delete edge. Then I have all this again. Okay. If I now select U, 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 and U, and press F to fill, look at that. I have this face back. Perfect. No, that wasn't too complicated. At this point here, we can also see if maybe we can try cleaning up a little bit already. Maybe these lines here I select, and then I say X, and this is important, dissolve. Okay. Pretty cool, no? Yeah. Very nice. So we have this piece here left. We would like to extrude this one up. Can turn on my elevation view here. E for extrude, and I move this one up, and there we are. Now, one little warning, the plan views are images, so they're not super precise, and they're a little bit off. They're measured correctly, but you can see here that in the elevation view, this is a little bit too short. But it's okay, what we have to do. Very nice. Then, next step. Let's actually put in the ground plane. So I will go ahead and say add in object mode now, plane. And then this plane I will drag to here. I press G for move, hold Control and snap it to this edge point. Okay. And then in a side view, and I press Z for the shading pie and go to wireframe, I can bring this down. Go to edit mode, and then B, select the points. There you see that. Press E to extrude everything down and kind of like create this plane, as you can see. There we are. Then I can select these points, E and Y, hold Control and snap. One more time, E and Y, there. So you see we built a nice, kind of like a environment around it. Why did we do this? So we will do a quick study, because step by step we are going to add more details to this architectural model. So we will solidify the space. Very good. Solidify means there's now a shell. 0.3 for the meter, for the wall thickness. Complex. Complex means the software will try to make actually these edges nice and clean. You see this is slightly angled. The shelling command is quite labor intensive in terms of calculation. So this way we make sure that the quality is good. Now this line we created, we would like to use to do a cut. So we do a Boolean cut, difference, and cut this line there. This one here maybe I call ground trim. Okay, now I press H to hide, Z to go into solid mode and take a look and rotate around. Yeah, we have actually really nice and clean edges. This looks really good. Yeah. Okay, so that means this part is actually good. Can we maybe add more details to it? Let's go to Google Maps. You see here there is an extrusion that goes up, and then here we have these two pieces, and then here the something goes down. So let's see how we can build this. We'll go to here. Turn this off a little bit, and then I will go into edit mode. We can actually turn these commands on. You see then it will show us also the end result, which is quite nice. Okay, so from here to here, there I would like to move something up, and here I would like to move something down. That means I need lines. So K, click X, and click and enter. K, click with X, straighten it, click and enter. And then now we know here, we have to be careful now what edge do we click. So maybe you see the snapping was a little bit funny. Maybe I turn this off for the moment. Okay, good. Yeah. Click and Y, click and enter. Now, this one here, I would like to go down. Let's see how we can do this. There's a manifold region. Does this work out? And it does. Look, you see with this extrude how this went down. It cut into the space. So that was good. Little verification of this, the dimension. Yeah, so this is, let's say, okay. And then we select this, and I have to be careful what you click. Maybe plus minus there it will be. This might be also a little bit lower. Consider the offset here of the faces. Yeah. Okay. Very good. So how do we do this piece that actually sticks up? Okay. So same tool again. K, click, and then this is in this case Y, click and enter. Then I can select this face, E, and this goes up. How much? Let's turn this on, side view, there till there. I can also see here that this should be roughly there. Very good. Now here comes another piece that goes up. So K, click Y and click and then enter. This line now I will select, or maybe via the points I can see it. Oh, Yeah, this is actually perfectly on it. And now I do the following. I press E and Z, hold Control and snap it to there. K, here, click Z and click. You see how I'm cutting these edges. Click with K, Z, click and enter. Because all I need to do is this edge here. I will dissolve and then U and U fill, U and U fill, U and U fill. There is a problem. No, but this is not a problem to. It's not difficult to fix. So here I will turn all this off. You see how this face is red. So we can press A to select everything. And then we go to Mesh, Normals, Calculate, Outside. So now when I turn this back off, you see when I do the solidify, it doesn't really grow to the outside. How does it look in the inside? Let's take a look. Yeah, nice and clean. All the edges are pretty fantastic. Very nice. So let's continue. We need to do 2 more of these cuts actually there. And also maybe the width maybe has to be adjusted. So let's go into edit mode. So maybe turn this off for the moment. I need to make sure I select all the correct faces. So U and U, move over kind of like to there, and then U and U and U and U too. So all these faces, I will move, yeah, I don't know, maybe to there. Do we have, maybe we have actually a section view. Let's take a look. Here's my section view. Yeah, there, it actually can help us. Oh, now we see that the Google Maps has a little bit of a problem. So there we have this cut. Very good. So this is perfect. So I'm taking a look at what does this face move. Okay, and then this is maybe, yeah, so we can see where this area is. Okay, based on the graphic, this actually has to go lower down. I don't know yet. The process I will show you is also how we can quickly update these designs later. And then here, well, maybe this goes a little bit to there. Okay, so I'm moving things slightly back. Okay, so now how do we add these slices up there? It's actually easy. We can click this. This is then the x-axis. Click and enter. K, click here. X-axis, click and enter. We need 2 left and right. K, U, and Y. Click. K here and Y. Click and enter. And I think one more time. Click and Y. Enter. There. Then I can select these 2 faces. Elevation view, E, go up. There it is. Select this face. And then I line this up. There it is. Bring this over. There is that. Select this. And bring this over to there. Okay, very good. Yeah. So let's see. This looks actually pretty good so far. Again, I will go into the inside Z and wireframe and rotate around. I'm trying to see if anywhere I see distortions of my material thickness, but everything looks pretty good. This area here sometimes can be tricky, but it is not right now. Again, this is a because we add with the solidify modifier. This might sound for a student like a simple task, but math-wise, there are a lot of faces that have to be projected to the inside and moved around. So that is quite a math task. Anyway, this is pretty good. Never forget all the time to save. So I'm going to save this. And this is maybe also a good moment. Shall the program crash? Let's go to System Preferences, Save and Load, Autosave every 1 minute. It can do an autosave. And then when you go to recover autosave, it finds actually the autosave. So it overwrites this one every 1 minute now. Okay, very good. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Here is building. Let's give this a name. And I also know, after I have studied my model, that I have a little bit of an artifact here. And when I go into edit mode, select this point and move this down, or the other point. There, you see this is not connected. So there are two ways to fix this. I can G, hold Control and snap this to there. Click G, hold, snap it to there. Press A, and then we go to Mesh, Clean Up, and say Merge by Distance. 2 points removed. Very good. Let me undo everything. Second way is these 2 points I delete. Edge select, F, select all these edges, and you see I'm just rebuilding them. A, select everything. Let's see, face orientation is good. Shall one be red? Then we simply go to here and say calculate outside. Done. Okay, very good. So that wasn't too complicated. Now, we would like to open the space. Go to here, Mesh Cube, G, hold Control. This doesn't snap correctly. G, there. So I see I moved this around a little bit. Edit mode, face select. This goes down. This I need to know how far this goes in. So I turn on the plan view. There is that line. Thank you. And then this one here I bring over, and I will snap this to this corner. So this is flush. Very good. Then this face here, K, click and hold, press Y and click and enter. Edge select. This edge goes up, hold Control and snap onto there. So now we have the right height, and this E, extrude to the back. Very good. Let's call this one wall opening. Go to here, Boolean modifier, and then there we could say, yeah, wall opening. Okay. Yeah, so now we might, or as you see, encounter a problem. This can happen, must have happened, sometimes can happen. There are two ways to figure this out right now. So you see there's an artifact issue. And where it stems from, interestingly, is, so the shelling is okay. And then when I do this cut, that is okay. If I do this cut, that actually works out pretty flawless too, but not both together. So there are no two options we have. Just see what I do first. Shift D and escape. And I call this one now building applied. And we're going to remove this anyway, so don't do this. And apply means I'm going to apply everything. There you see, everything is gone, no? Okay, but all my modifiers are gone. So what else do we have in terms of options? Well, do we actually need to cut this lower part? No, not necessarily, because to be quite honest, we won't really see this. So I will select this. How could I say that? Yeah, this cube, extend my lines. Thank you. So you see how this perfectly cuts everything. And then let's see, do I actually need to have this foundation? So these two lines, I select and delete that. Let's see. Bonk. Yeah, okay. So I can actually remove that modifier, and this one now I call wall opening. And I'm happy actually with the result. Okay, very good. Again, what I showed you is just this. These sometimes can be common problems, and then you need to figure out or decide, well, which road do you want to go? And since later we will have a plane that covers up basically this foundation, plus that's kind of like also the foundation, the way how it would look like anyway, and then it goes straight down, and we just open it up so we can see the shelling, and then with this command we open this. This is perfect. Okay. Before we put in all the openings for the windows, there is one more housekeeping we have to do. And maybe this is okay this happened, because it shows you that even with somebody like me who has years of experience, things sometimes don't go the way how I want. So what I'm talking about, I will turn off the modifiers, go to this view, go to wireframe, zoom in, and how does it look? The left side is pretty nice, but take a look here. What does this mean? These lines are left and right. So basically that means when I did my slicing of these lines, my snapping was not 100% correct. You see I have this face here selected. If I go to a side view and then go wireframe, this is the front and back edge. They should be exactly above each other. Okay, so how do we fix this fast? That's easy. Point select AA, B, select all this, and then S and Y and 0, and enter. AA, B, select this, S, Y, 0. So what does this actually mean when I say AA? Select nothing. B, now draw a selection. S for scale, but along y-axis to 0, that straightens them out. So instead of trusting the snapping, SketchUp sometimes also has snapping issues. It's just common. I straighten all these pieces out along the z-axis, the y-axis, sx, sz0, and let's see, do we have any problem here? Yeah, no, this looks pretty good. AA, B, select this, S, X0. Very good. Okay. Now, this back on. This is actually good now. Now we can put the windows in. So we would like to put in the window openings. So when we go into the Google Maps view, there we can see all these windows, plus also in the elevation view, we can see those two. The elevation view, I would say, is more precise when it comes to the width, the lower edge, and also, well, the color. And then the Google Maps can be useful for how far this goes in. Okay, so let's start. I will show my building and maybe go to this view. Then my 3D cursor is down there. Add a cube, a G, hold control, snap this to there, bring this in, bring this back, bring this over. Now I drag this a little bit out and drag this a little bit up. Thank you. Very good. Now I can take a look at the Google Maps image, maybe hide my building, textured mode, and then how far does this go in? This looks kind of like, yeah, how they're ending. Okay. Then edit mode. I will select this face and drag this in till it kind of like reaches that wall. Okay, good. Exit edit mode. Show now my building. Okay. So there we can see we're a little bit off. So I can bring this a tick more further over. Very nice. This whole piece I will bring down to here. So I'm moving it and hold Control to snap, release the mouse button. I would like this to go up 10 centimeters to make the Boolean command work easier. So G for move, Z for the Z axis. We are in meters. So 10 centimeters is 0.1, enter. Edit mode, select the top face, bring this up. Okay. So now we have actually the depth and also the starting point defined. This one I will hide, go to here. Because now, let's see, I can select in edit mode this side face, drag this over, select this side face, and drag this over. Okay, so now we have the width. One thing we would like to do, object mode, right click and move the geometry center to, well, the center, or the center point to the geometry center. Cool. Then, this is important, Alt D to make a clone in X, to move this along the X axis. Alt D in X. That's good. Why Alt D? These are clones. So, object mode, Shift D in X. I can make a new copy, which is not a clone. Tab for edit mode, switch the view, bring this over, exit the view, edit mode, go into object mode via tab, right click, origin to geometry, and then Alt D in X, bring this over. So why do we do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would like these to go into a collection. Press M, new collection, and we call this window cut. There. Can I hide this? Show building U. We give you a new Boolean command. Collection this time. Window cut. And there we are. You see these artifacts there? Again, this is something we can ignore, because once we are done, when this is applied, you see then this fixes itself. Okay. Very good. Okay. So we can hide this. There are the window cuts. Very good. How do we continue? We can go maybe to this view. You see here are these small elements. Select maybe this one. Shift D, make a copy. Bring this over. Actually, that looks like the same width. So X and delete. Select this one. Alt D and X. There we are. I will show my building now. Move, hold Control, and actually no, it doesn't snap because it's kind of like doing a Boolean cut, but it's okay. You see how far I moved this over, just so you have the same overlap. Thank you. That is fine. Because now, array modifier. Why make myself a lot of work when I'm holding Shift and then drag this? So Shift, left mouse button, drag. 1 and 2, look at that. That's actually very acceptable. Alt D and X. So this array we move over, just 2. And then Alt D, bring this to here. Oh, look at that. Nearly fits 2. Okay. I need to maybe take a look at my building. Z and wireframe. This is the building ground line. So I move this down. And then G, Z 0.1, enter. Thank you. Again. Alt D and X. Suck. Shift, left mouse button, click. Zack, zack, zack. Okay, only 3 worked. Alt D and X. So you see how Shift left mouse button. You see how fast then this actually works. Very good. turn this off. Yeah, there are these openings. Pretty cool. Okay, nice. Also, let's say hello to your best friend, the save command. They can get very grumpy if you don't visit them on a regular basis. So if you want, I'm basically showing now how to do the rest, or if you can do this yourself, you can skip to the next step, but I will quickly build everything that follows. So show me this. I will select maybe this object, Shift D, because again, this will be an individual object. Move this one down, bring this in as needed. Okay, and then hide this building there. This can go lower, go to here. This is, I tried to center this already. Then I will go into edit mode tab, A, SNX. I'm scaling from the center it there. Perfect. Very nice. Thank you. Then same deal, array modifier. Okay. Only 2 work. That's fine. Alt D and X. Even with just only 2 pieces, it helps a little bit with the work. Less cubes. Shift D and X. I bring this over. Going to edit mode. And also wireframe. S and X. And you see how I'm scaling this. There we are. And then C. Now this is an easy one. There. Thank you. I can select this and this. Alt D, because again, they are kind of like copies. You go to there, and then this one goes to here. Oh, look at that. Even falls perfectly in place. Here, you go in to there. Select this and this. Again, Alt D and there. This then goes to here. Shift left mouse button, drag this down. And then this one, shift left mouse button, drag this over. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look. Building. Yeah. We're getting increasingly all these cuts in there. Again, forget actually these artifacts we see there. Maybe in future software development versions, they can iron this out. I am in 3D modeling or working with software since basically the 90s, and till yet I didn't come across one product that is perfect. They all have some issues here and there, and you need to work around that. And also, again, say hello to your best friend, the save button. To bring this madness of windows to an end, we have some windows also here. This is now where the Google Maps piece will come in very handy. So I will show the window cut here. There we are. Go to the top view, select this cube, Shift D, just a copy. X, or remove this modifier. Bring this over kind of like to where this should be, kind of like this overlap. Then I can turn this off, show my Google Maps, Z, and material preview. Now I have to base everything more on the map there. Okay, so I bring this up, edit modes, face select this one, go to here. There we are. Okay, and then we have 2 there, so Alt D and Y, and I will do this like kind of quick. Alt D and Y, block them out. There we are. So Shift D, G and Y, kind of like try to center it. Tab S and Y, actually A, S and Y. I need to select everything. Yeah, we're pretty close. And then in tab object mode, I can move this over. Alt D, Y, Alt D, Y. Yeah, it's okay. Shift D, Y. Try to kind of again center it. It looks like maybe here. Tab A selected. SY and maybe like this. And then Alt D and Y go over. Hello there. So how do we do the bottom part? Let me show you something because these are all clones. I can select 3 pieces. Then I go to this view. I turn off this, turn this on, go to tab, or I mean, go to edit mode. We are pressing tab, AA, Z, wireframe, B, select the bottom, and then we move this all up to where the ground is. Okay, and these windows are actually flush on the ground. I will still move them up 10 centimeters, so GZ.1. There. Tab. And you see, they're all clones, they're all updated. Perfect. Let's verify. Yeah. Looks really good. Sweet. Okay. I would say now at this point, the model so far is pretty good, and we can maybe look into how do we produce the ground plane. And then we can try to match this to the architecture we have. You see there's also kind of like a little bit of stepping happening. So the question will be, is, for example, this height and then this height and this height, is this on purpose maybe getting maybe even smaller? You will see what I'm going to talk about. But for this moment, we can say this is done. So let's put in the ground floor. That's going to be an interesting topic. So I will turn on this collection. I have all these images here. I will turn all those off. And yeah, what do I have here? Look at this section view. If I move this around, okay, you see how this part lines up with here, this lines up with there, and this part of the image lines up with there. So when I go to this view and turn this off and turn this off. So this section image shows me what's kind of like in the behind, but this is where this cuts right now. And I can see, oh, here's my ground. Oh, this is actually the other floor. And then, oh, there is this part. Okay, so how can we build this? We will do first like a simplified version. First, this one might make more sense when we, nope, not scale it. Bring this down to there. You see, suck, it lines up pretty good. We can do actually section views here too. Alt B, and then draw a selection, release the mouse button. There, and we can see that section we have. Now we can see our roof is a little bit not as thick as it should be. That's all fine, what we have to do. But we know this is the ground right here. Then this line, that's the ground here. And then this line, well, that's there. Okay. So again, we want to block this out first in a rather easy way. So right where this image is, Shift S, cursor to selected, add plane, and I bring this one down. There. Okay, so in this view now, I can maybe turn this off. Go into edit mode, select this, and bring this over. And I'm snapping it this via control. Okay, very nice. Goodie. This line here, 100% should be under this edge. So I snapped it to it. Okay. How do we continue? Well, we can turn this on here. And this turned on actually also. Zack, zack, zack. I press E and Z Yeah, but how high is this? Maybe I go to this. No, this view, Z and wireframe. Okay, there's my line. Okay, there we are. So this E and X I bring over and snap to there. So this outer edge. And then, how can I continue? Maybe the stepping should be the same. So U and U, I select these two faces. Shift D, move this to there. And then G, hold control, snap it to there. Again, now this is not fused yet. So A to select everything, mesh, clean up, and merge by distance. Because then I can select this one and drag and snap. Cool. Yeah. See, like we have some basic stepping. In the actual design, there are also ramps. So, but for right now, we keep this the way how we are here right now. Goodie. Yeah, so how do we continue? We can go into edit mode, edge select, alt click on this edge that selects the loop. Bring this over, hold control and snap it to there. Okay. And this actually will be a step. Okay. Now, how do we do the space inside? Maybe this view will be useful. Okay. Yeah. So I need to have geometry that goes in there. That's very easy to do. I can select this edge, then right click and say subdivide. And here I say, please, 2 times. Click. There's 1 point. Move this over along X, hold control, snap to there. Where's the other point? I know it's right there. And snap it to there. Then you to subdivide and click this point, hold control, bring to there. And then I can, this is important, select this edge and this edge. Not via points, because if you select points, you see this edge in between is selected too. Or, I mean, yeah, hold on. Edge select U and U, and then E and Y, hold control, snap there. Shift H, there you see what we did. Alt H, show everything. Unfortunately, too much. So this can go. This plane here, zip, don't show at all for the moment. No. Here we are. We need to have an opening inside this wall too. So, what could be a possibility? Maybe we can hand model this wall. But before, hello, best friend. So select this, tab, and then we will go K, click, and click on purpose. I do this and enter and an angle. Let me redo. K, click and enter. Then select this. See the Z key, SZ0. It's straightened up. This one here, we can keep, but then I want to check something. So when I delete this edge and I leave edit mode, how will the edges be? Kind of crappy, now you can see there. Okay, good. So undo, undo, undo. Thank you. So in here now, I would like to create a window or an opening. So the I key and click and drag. There we are. And then this edge and this edge. So this I can move up to there. This is now the roof line. We would like this to go down 10 centimeters, GZ, actually not 10, let's say 0.4. Oh, GZ minus 0.4. Okay, and then this line here, I move up a little bit. And then this piece here, X, and delete the face. So you see how we have this opening. When I leave edit mode, you see now then there we have this opening. There's also the wall coming down a little bit. So into this we could build, for example, the door. Back into edit mode. This line here is not 100% correct. I can move this up so it's close. I could line this up perfectly. We just get it close. That's good. Because this floor, now we will grow bigger over it anyway. So floor geometry, edit mode, select this edge, right click, subdivide, so 2 cuts, and then edge select there, set segment, E and Y, go to maybe just to there. Okay, you saw that. Yeah. And then E and Y, hold control, snap to there, and then this E and X, and this E and X, and then this at one point we have to drag down. Good. So this is actually kind of quite acceptable. The only thing is, if we want to be more correct, well, this and this has to go to there. This and this has to go to there. And this one, so what happens when we move this? So you see, okay, you and you and you and you. Okay. Yeah, I can move this and snap to there. And then the rest is all good. So you see we have this opening where the foundation, and not the foundation, where, well, technically speaking, foundation walls would go over it. Alt H, very good. So, and this block piece here, I can hide this for the moment, so it's not always in my way. And we can take a look at this stepping we have. I mean, that's kind of okay. The pieces that maybe are left to do, which are easy to do before we rework this thing a little bit, is all this. We can select E and Y and extrude a little bit. Okay, now so this would be then where the soil and all the stuff could go onto. Yeah, okay. Then now let's go back to our architectural view, and now you see here we have this line running. And we also had this ground plane. I can't select this. There's that ground plane. So what I will do now, or what can we do? This ground plane, does this actually stick through? Where's this one? I go to a side view, no, it does not. Very good, you see. So we can simply keep this ground plane where it kind of is. But maybe what we would like to do is there, and maybe turn this off for the moment. We would like to build a small fence that goes around. So we will do it this way. We're in object mode. Shift A plane, there's this plane, and I press G, hold control, attach it to there. Then I will say in edit mode, this line and this line delete. Actually, no, just this point delete, X and that. U, I will select, drag over, snap kind of like to there. And then this, drag over, snap to there. And then A, select everything. E for extrude, but it's kind of crazy. And Z, and now we snap it kind of like to there. So this is now flush. We could give this a material thickness. We give this the same as the wall there. And then how do we bring this up a little bit more? Let's say 30 centimeters, GZ 0.3. Very good. But you see now, well, there it doesn't cut it, but we can bring this to there, move this up and snap, and then another GZ 0.3. So this is now 3. Yeah. So I mean, it's not perfect there. If we could select everything. GZ 0.2, lift this up a little bit more. Yeah, okay, cool. Now, we want to be precise. Last thing, this here, we can bring back and then snap onto it, and then it's more accurate. So it does not touch actually the wall. But yeah, so we have now actually finished this architectural model. This is the raw piece. Maybe we want to rename certain parts. Let's say we call this now floor, and then this we call garden wall or backyard wall. This is ground. Yeah, very good. Now we can save it, and we are done with part 1.